Welcome to North Yorkshire Rugby Club News. My name is Sarah and tonight we are at Northallerton Rugby Club, not to talk about the men's team but to talk about the ladies team and the growth of the ladies rugby in the area. I have with me Nat and Vicki and Zanda, members of Northallerton Rugby team. As a non-rugby player, I want to find out how the team started and when, the structure of the game, how Northallerton have progressed and why my three guests started playing the game and they can they convince me to play it or even started training. We're cold, wet and mud. They will have to have a hard job doing that. Welcome to Zanda Metcalfe.
Hi Sarah.
Hi. What do you see happening in the next few years for the club?
Well, we've got a lot of good things on the horizon, really. So we've had, for quite a few years now, we've had a junior section coming through, starting all the way from under sevens, working our way up to the senior teams. And in the next year, we're going to end up having the first lot of the boys coming through to be able to play senior rugby. So that's going to be very exciting. That's going to be a fantastic opportunity for the club. In the next season for the ladies team, I'm sure Nat and Vicki will tell you more about it, but they're going to have a very exciting next season, you know, as they're finishing strongly this year and building with numbers for next year, so that's looking positive. The men's team, so the first 15 have just won promotion to the Yorkshire 2 League, which again, fantastic opportunity for a good bunch of lads, and likewise our second 15, we've had a couple of hard years turning out the team, but we've suddenly managed to get a bit of consistency. So across the board, you know, it's been a fantastic year for the club, and you look forward to seeing more of it in the coming years as well.
Brilliant. Are any of the summer events held at the club?
Yes. So there's a summer touch rugby tournament, 6-a-side touch rugby tournament we do. It's open to men, women, and juniors as well, and people not from the club. So typically involves, I mean, last year we had 10 teams. I think we're going to have similar numbers again this year. And it just runs on a Friday night for about 6 weeks. And you know, it's just a great opportunity for anybody who's not tried rugby before to come down and give it a go in a fairly friendly environment. There's always opportunity to have a few beers and run around in what I hope is a bit of sunshine when we eventually get it.
Hopefully,
so,
yeah. Oh, brilliant.
No, that's
Thank
great.
you very much.
Cheers, Sarah. Thank you.
Here we've got the ladies. Vicki, welcome to North Yorkshire Rugby Club News.
Thank you.
What is your involvement with the club and what does this involve?
Right, so I'm Northallerton Club Secretary. I'm also the Membership Secretary and I'm the Ladies Club Captain for this season as well. So it involves a lot of work, a lot of admin work, and really just, you know, I'm on the end of the phone for anybody that needs me, anybody that has any questions, and to sort anything out, especially last minute things that need doing. So yeah, just help, you know, running the club.
When did you join and why?
So I joined as a member in 2019. I had been down to the club before previously because I had friends that played here, so I used to come down and watch. But I initially started playing in 2019 because I had a friend who I'm a scout leader with, and she played for the ladies team. And I just thought it would be good to come and do a different type of training one night. I was going to the gym and doing spinning and running, and I just thought, yeah, I'll come down and have a go.
Bit different.
Yeah, and it escalated from there, really.
What position do you play?
I've always played number 11, which is left wing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pretend I know what that is. Why Northallerton?
Well, that's easy. I mean, it's my local club. I'm local to here, and I know people that, you know, play here.
The team have done very well this season. Can you put your finger on any reason, or is there anything coming together for this season?
Yeah, it's just been a number of reasons, really. It's been such a successful season for us. The ladies team has gone from strength to strength. It's down to loads of things. Social media plays a big part of it. We really advertise, we push the team on social media. We advertise for new players all the time, and that has brought down a lot of newbies. The other thing is we have a great coaching team, head coach Robbo, but we also backed by other men's players. We have first team players and second team players, and our chairman as well helps us coach. So we have a great team that give up their time to come and help us, and this season it's just been amazing, the response that we've had, and everybody is so committed as well. Training every Wednesday, we have big numbers. And for games as well, ladies are very good at putting the games in the diary, and they know that they have to keep that day, and all turn up and play. So it's been brilliant, really good.
Going on to your other work within the club, do you think that the Ladies Rugby is well supported within the club?
Yeah, definitely. It's 50-50. The ladies support the men's team, the men support the ladies team. Whenever we have social events on, it's always really well represented by the ladies. So yeah, it's great. It's a real good mix all the time.
Fantastic. How much work is involved in the club admin? Is there more than you thought, or how did you even end up with the job?
It's definitely grown from when I first took over the job. I think it was sold to me that at committee meetings I'd have to maybe produce an agenda and then produce the minutes, and then that would be it. But in reality, I have a full-time job, but this is a second full-time job. I'm on hand all the time, I'm on the phone all the time, I'm on my emails all the time, emails from the RFU, emails from other committee members. I also represent the North Yorkshire Committee for ladies, and I'm also the Ladies and Girls representative for the North Yorkshire Committee as well. So yeah, it's a huge job, quite tiring, especially at this time of the season when we're coming to the end of the season. I quite often think I could just do with a little bit of a break now, but I do love it and I'm passionate about it.
That's good. Is it strange for a lady to be on the main committee of the rugby club? I know Mrs. Place was president of the club when it was reformed in the mid-60s.
I wouldn't say it's strange really. We're quite well represented on the main committee. Obviously Nat sits on the committee as well, being the ladies team captain. We also have a lady chair of the social committee, and our social media representative at the committee meeting is a lady as well. So yeah, there's quite a few of us, and we're reliable, so we do the job well.
How is the club doing on the non-playing side? Is the club house used a lot?
Yeah, I mean, obviously during the season it's busy with fixtures, so we can't do a lot else. We hold a lot of socials as well during the season to get people down and to keep people in the club and spending money over the bar. But it is difficult because the club is purely run by volunteers.
All right, okay.
We don't have any paid members of staff. So if somebody does want to book the clubhouse, it is, dependent on availability for bar staff. But yeah, we do as much as we possibly can, and we have to, keep the takings up and everything. Yeah. So we do as much as we can.
Brilliant. On the playing side, what teams do you run? Say from juniors upwards, and what the membership and the playing fees?
Yeah, so we run juniors we have under 6, and they run all the way up to the under 15 teams. And that's Sunday morning at 10:30, and some of the teams, the older teams, also train on weeknights as well. And for juniors, it's actually the same as the seniors this season. It's £70 for the year, and which I think is brilliant for the amount of coaches that we have and the sessions that we do. And then the senior teams, this season we have 2 men's senior teams and the 1 ladies team, and as I said, £70 for membership.
That's brilliant.
But for every game day we do charge a match fee as well. Okay. Obviously that covers kit cleaning, electricity, showers, things like that as well. So it's quite reasonable, I think, our fees.
Big question now, why should I play rugby?
Well, it's a great sport to take part in. Ladies, men, all shapes and sizes, all ages, You're all together on the pitch. It's a brilliant team sport, great for camaraderie, great for social side as well. We all get together on and off the pitch all the time. We're just a family, really, as well as, you know, going out as a team on a Sunday or on a Saturday. During the week, we all talk to each other. We're all on WhatsApp together. We're all on Instagram. So it's just really friendly and really social, but also keeps you fit.
Anything else you'd like to share, encourage me and pass on or anything?
I'd just like to say, give it a go. All you have to do is come down to training, have a go at the training. You don't have to play, but you might enjoy it, but you might also enjoy the social side of it as well. And we welcome everybody here. You don't have to play, you can just come down and watch. So just give it a go and see if you like it.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Vicki.
No problems.
And we have Nat here with us as well. Nat, welcome to North Yorkshire Rugby Club News. What is your involvement with the club and ladies team?
Yep, so I am the ladies team captain. I have been so for the past 4 years, so a long time for a captain to be in charge. I also, as Vicki mentioned, sit on the committee as the ladies team captain as well. And just recently this year, I have also started coaching for our under-12 girls team, which has been new this year.
When did you join the club? What position do you play? Had you played that before?
So I joined the club in 2017, in February I think, and that was when the ladies team had just reformed and was brand new. It had been a while since we'd had a ladies team at the club. I had played before. I was one of the lucky ones where we had to do rugby in school because we had a fantastic new PE teacher come in and she was really interested in rugby, so that was my first taster of it. So I had played, I only played for maybe a year and a half, and a team obviously didn't exist at that point, so I only played really at school. And then obviously joined here in 2017, and position wise I play inside centre, but as the team's formed over the years I've played quite a number of positions. So I've played scrum half, fly half, inside centre, flanker, and was briefly tried at full back, but quite soon realised that wasn't for me.
I think you were among the first to join the newly formed ladies club. Can you tell us how that came about?
Yeah, so we had a physio for the men's team actually who was interested, and her daughter played for another club in the area. So she wanted to set one up at Northallerton, so she put some feelers out with people in the club. I was friends with someone at the time, so knew that it was coming and was interested because obviously I'd done it before. And yeah, so she set that up 2017, February actually, so 7 years ago. How time flies.
How many players did you first start with, and do you know how many had played before?
Yes, so I can always remember the first few training sessions. I think there was 5 of us to start with, so not many at all. There was myself who had played, I wouldn't class it as properly played, but had played at school for a year. There was another lady who'd played touch rugby because they had a touch rugby team in the Catterick area. And then we had our affectionately known as OG, the scout leader who Vicki was mentioning before, Emma, who had played before, so she had lots of experience and helped out with the coaching stuff as well at the beginning.
Were there league structures then, or just friendlies?
No, so at that time there wasn't actually many ladies teams around the area. We were one of the first few to do it. So it was friendlies at that point, and it was quite difficult because we had to arrange those games ourselves. We didn't have anybody to do it for us, and because we weren't in a league as such. It was all down to us to organise, sort the ref out, sort the food out, all of those jobs that come with being team captain and club captain.
Moving on, how many players do you have now, and how many do you get on an average training?
Oh, I don't think I could count how many we have now, but I know it's over 30. It's a lot. There was a point where we were toying with having 2 teams because we had so many women, but obviously with availability for games and stuff, it wasn't feasible to have 2 teams, but it does mean that we're really well represented for every game, and we always have plenty of subs. So yeah, we have about 30 plus. I'd say the average training night probably 22 to 25 on a weekly basis. There's been times where there's been more women down than men, but that's picked up a little bit more for the men now. But the women are always really well represented at training and in games.
How did you get those extra players down?
Oh my goodness, lots and lots of work. As Vicki mentioned before, a lot of social media, so Facebook and Instagram, always really powerful tools. Recruitment posts, come and try this. They have inner warrior days as well, where the RFU essentially provide us with kit and stuff, and occasionally they'd come down and run a session. So we'd get people through that. We put posters all around Northallerton at one point, just to see if there was any interest. And then the best one, I guess, is kind of links into other teams in the area, so other sports. So for example, we have quite a few players from Northallerton Hockey Club, and they've sort of filtered in into rugby as well. So reaching out to other teams for different sports in the area has been a really good one as well. But Facebook and Instagram, very, very powerful.
Yeah. Starting up the ladies team would not be cheap apart from the club. Did you get any sponsors or help?
We do, yeah. We have 2 sponsors at the moment. So we have NYG, so North Yorkshire Glass. They're on our shirts, so they're fantastic with their social media as well. So they share a lot about us. We try and return the favour and posting on like Northallerton notice board and stuff on their behalf. And we also have Honda Marshall for our shorts. So we get a lot from our sponsors, but the club has been fantastic as well to help us out with things that we needed.
Brilliant. You train on Wednesday night. Who coaches you, and do you have any other training nights as well?
Yep, so we do train on a Wednesday. Yes, we have Robbo, as we affectionately call him, Steve Robinson. He's not newish to the rugby club. He's been here forever as a former player himself. But he came down maybe a year and a half ago and was really interested after doing a bit of the juniors rugby to do the ladies. He's been absolutely fantastic, and we get loads of support for him. He does, as Vicki mentioned, the men's seniors training, our training and junior training, so weekends are very busy for him. What we also do, which is absolutely fantastic and I think highlights how inclusive the club is we do a joint training once a month with the men. So on a Tuesday, I think it's the first Tuesday of every month, we have a full training session, men and women, do run-throughs and everything together at the end, and it's great.
Oh, brilliant. As we do this interview, you're on the top of the league. It is a small league. Would you like any more games? How can the sport grow in this area?
Yeah, so we've got, I think, 7 teams in the league, which is fantastic. We did actually move from north into northeast this year, which meant that travelling was a lot better for us. We didn't have to go to other areas like Hornsey, where it was a 2-hour plus trip. So all the teams are quite close by. The leagues are small, but I think with women's rugby, there's mothers, there's a lot of extra things that women need to do. So it is a small amount, but I guess it works quite well, because I don't think everybody would be able to commit doing every single weekend like the men's do. So as much as it's not many, I think it works well for ladies.
How do you see your club developing?
Good question. I think there's absolutely loads in the pipeline, and there's, as Vicki said, everything seems to have kind of come together this season, and everything's working really well with all the teams. There's a lot of inclusive activities, as Vic mentioned as well. So the touch tournament that we do every year, that brings new people in. The juniors, so with the launching of the under-12 girls teams this year, there's already been interest in looking into a bit older than that for other girls teams. The women are all interested in helping out with the coaching. So from a women's point of view, I think it's only going to get bigger. We've had points this year where we've had to ask people not to play games because we've had too many subs and we're only allowed a set amount. So there's that already happening, and there's more and more interest. We've had 8 people play debut games this year for the women's team alone. So, you know, that's huge in the space of a year, and there's more and more people in that 16 to 17 age bracket from, as I mentioned before, other teams in the areas that are keen to join. And with being sort of, as we mentioned, top of the league at the moment, and being able to celebrate that all over social media, it really piques that interest. I can just see more and more people wanting to join over the years, and I guess the people that were there at the start, not getting old, but kind of old in rugby terms.
Yeah.
So you know, having that youth come in is brilliant for the club, brilliant for the ladies team, and means that hopefully that will just continue.
Why should I play rugby? Do you think I'd enjoy it?
I'll be honest, I don't think rugby's for everybody, but there's always some element of rugby that is for somebody. Yeah. It's very, very inclusive. You can be the super speedy runner, you can be the strong player carrying the ball, you can be whatever you want to be. And as Vicki mentioned before, you know, we don't force people to play. You can come down, you can train with us if you want to train. If you don't fancy playing contact, absolutely fine, it's not a problem. We don't push anyone out for doing that. If you want to come down and just do that, not a problem. Again, as Vicki mentioned, it's a really, really social club. So if you did want to come down just for the social side, all options are available. But for me, playing just brings out that team camaraderie that Vic mentioned earlier. It's a group of women celebrating each other, and there's no better feeling than coming off the pitch when you've had a really good win or a really hard fought for win. And it's just for everybody, and it's fantastic because not everybody has the same skills, but it's never, no one's looked down upon for not having the same skills as somebody else has, because it is for everybody.
Thank you, Nat. Have you got anything else you'd like to add?
Just very, very proud captain, fantastic bunch of women, and obviously Vicki, who always keeps us right. Thank you to you. And
no, I would just like to say exactly the same to Nat. She is brilliant on and off the pitch. She does a lot of work to keep the team together, to get everybody where they're supposed to be. So congratulations to Nat for this season, because it is well deserved.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.